Howdy, howdy. This video is for all pro foundation repair. My name is Joseph Graham. I'm with UpShot Solutions, the #1 online marketing consultant in Dallas, Fort Worth. So whenever I asked around for the most reputable company in DFW, and that's how I came across you guys. Okay? So what I'm going to show you is how you guys can scale your business. Now, if you're not interested, that's fine. You can cut this off short. But if you are, stick around. So just off the top, I'm going to talk about this map listing right here. Before I get into that, I just want to point out that we need to secure this website. Okay, because like a lot of times, like if different people like visit your site, it's gonna pop up like, hey, it's not safe. Do you want to continue? Then they gotta click on advance and yada yada yada. So if that said, this Google My Business map listing is the most valuable asset that you have on the internet. I'm going to explain, but it is. Okay. Now, if I'm looking for foundation repair or a foot surgeon, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to ask, hey, do you know anybody that can, install these piers or jack up, fix my, foundation or my slab or whatever? Yeah, 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 I know a guy, right? Word of mouth. Just like the same way I came in contact with you, word of mouth. Word of mouth. Other than word of mouth, we got the internet, right? And people are going to do some searches. And so when they search, they're going to see these ads, they're going to see these map listings, and then, these organic businesses and directories, home advisors, crap, right? Where most businesses and business owners drop the ball is your lack of understanding this. And most of your SEOs don't even understand this, right? If they did, I probably wouldn't even be making this video if your SEO understood what I'm about to say. These top 3 businesses in these map listings get the majority of the phone calls. 75 to 80% of the clicks, 75-80% of the calls, the traffic. Okay? Big emphasis on that. So we took your Google My Business map listing, we ran it through our heat map tool, and it shows everywhere you are and are not ranking in those top 3 spots in certain specific areas. Right here in Irving, Crooked Eye. If I'm literally in the same neighborhood as I don't know if it was a house or an office, right? But this G&B was set up somewhere. So if I'm literally next door, you will appear in these top 3 spots. Okay. Other than that, if I go down the street, let's say to the mall, and I'm looking for a foundation repair, yeah, you're not even in the top 20, right? You might be further than that. So there's at least 20 businesses stacked on top of you before you can even be found, right? And keep in mind, these top 3 get the bulk of the phone calls. Now, if we wanted to, you can click on these other companies and see how these other companies are doing. So like HD, they're ranking in these little areas right here, which is it's fine, it's fine. They're getting some calls. But how do you start getting or becoming more relevant in these other areas? This is what you're going to do. For one, you're going to have to optimize this map listing. Like there's a lot of information in here that's not being filled out, right? Besides that, one thing you could do is whenever you request reviews, you want them to start stating where they're from. So let's just say Grand Prairie. Thanks for fixing my foundation. It doesn't matter what they write. It does matter, but as long as it's positive, right? And as long as they state where they're from. Because what that's going to do is leave a breadcrumb. It's going to leave a breadcrumb to Google. And then if they upload a geotagged picture, that's going to leave another breadcrumb. Then after that, what you guys are going to do is you are going to create a post, just like you would on Facebook, you can on these. Hey, we have another happy client from Grand Prairie, Texas. And then you're going to share that on your blog, on your Instagram, on your Facebook. You know what I mean? That's going to help you start becoming more relevant in these other areas. Okay. And then I'm going to send you a copy of your heat map. See, I clicked on it. I gotta go back and find yours. All Pro. I'll send you a copy of this. You can click on it, know what areas you need to target, and go from there. Okay. You guys have any questions about anything I said, feel free to reach out. If you want to audit for your website, feel free to reach out. Okay. There's a lot. So like I would recommend I like to build authoritative websites. So like I don't think I showed you guys this yet. But we do this thing like all over across the United States. Like here's just like Philadelphia, same size as, DFW, or this city is the same size as Dallas, right? So that's a zoomed in version, zoomed out version, zoomed in version, number one, number one, number one. We get the first phone calls. But with that said, what I was about to say was I would build out individual pages for all of your services, right? And that's just going to make you a little bit more authoritative. Because if I look for drilled bell piers or steel piers in Dallas, right? Who's going to pop up? You got these guys. These guys are going to get the first call, and it's probably going to be Texas because they got the most reviews, right? So I'm just showing you what happens when you have a authoritative website. So whenever, let's say, foundation, crack repair, piers and beams. Let's just say piers and beams. Let's just click on a something. So when we look at piers and beams in Philadelphia, I pop up first, like literally pop up first. Still, even though their map listing pops up, still, it's the first thing. First thing. So with that said, I'm just showing stuff. So with that said, I would build out individual pages. That's just what I would do, right? And then make sure every page is optimized. All pro. That's awesome. All right. So with that said, Happy New Year's and God bless.